Hi everyone, this is Balazs from RacingBrick and welcome to my ultimate 1/8 scale Formula 1 comparison. As you can see behind me, we have a whole bunch of cars here today, 4 LEGO Technic sets, one from CaDA and one from Rastar. I have detailed reviews about all of them. The LEGO sets were presented on this channel, the other two on my second channel, you can find the link below. I usually have the 1/8 scale supercars on this wall, mounted on displays made by AGYL, but they were kind enough to send me these for the LEGO F1 cars, more on the displays in a minute. The aim today is to show how the LEGO Technic Formula 1 sets have changed over the last few years and what's new for the big Formula 1 collaboration in 2025. I have taken the opportunity to bring along two cars from other brands for comparison, which are also fully licensed by the respective teams. I'm sure there will be questions about missing LEGO sets or F1 cars from other brands. I think 6 of these were more than enough to build, and I had some older LEGO and non-LEGO sets shown in previous videos. This lineup more or less covers the properly licensed 1/8 scale cars available today. I did a similar comparison with the Speed Champions F1 sets, so I will add the same disclaimer as in that video. I know most of you have a favorite brand or team and that's fine, but remember, at the end of the day these are toys, so please don't take things too seriously. I'm giving my personal opinion here based on my building experience. If you don't agree with me, that's fine. Remember, if someone has a different opinion than you, it doesn't mean they are being influenced by anyone or any company. Please respect each other in the comments and try to be constructive in your criticism. Please comment on the set and not the person. So here are all the LEGO sets. The 42141 McLaren from 2022, the 42161 Mercedes-AMG W14 from 2024, the 42206 Oracle Red Bull Racing RB20, and the 42207 Ferrari SF-24. The big and flashy F1 cars barely fit on my photo table. That was the main reason I turned to AGYL. They make tons of different displays for many different LEGO sets. Since I already had similar displays on the wall before, the swap was very easy and straightforward. These arrived in nice branded cardboard boxes. It's great to see how the company is evolving every year. When you open the box, everything is nicely packed. I quickly removed the protective film, and as I already had the screws in the wall, I was able to mount the display straight away. Then I just had to attach the cards and that was it. I really like these panels, they are great quality and you can choose from a wide range of options. If you are interested in them, AGYL is now offering a 5% discount for RacingBrick viewers with the promo code F1RB2025. See the description for the links and details. In addition to the LEGO sets, I also have the Rastar Red Bull RB19 and the CaDA Kick Sauber C44 here. You can find a detailed review of these sets on my second channel, the link is below the video. If we look at the cars in a chronological order, you may remember that the McLaren set was a strange mix of the 2021 livery on a generic 2022 body, with no matching technical details. The strange cutout above the engine didn't help either, and the lack of slick tires was another point of criticism. I compared it at the time with the 42000 Grand Prix Racer from 2013. It had more functions, a cool B model, and was cheaper overall. Then in 2024 we got not one but two Technic Mercedes-AMG F1 sets. This was the bigger one, and there were already some improvements. We got slick tires, which was great, but too bad they weren't printed and we didn't get proper wide ones for the rear. The engine cover is removable, you can see the V6 engine inside, but with clear blocks for some reason. There's also hand-of-God steering, but the steering wheel doesn't fully align with the wheels. Other than that, it's a pretty simple build and doesn't offer any overly sophisticated building solutions. Then came the year 2025, a literal flood of Formula 1 sets and two big Technic cars, the Ferrari and the Red Bull. Interestingly, for the same price there is a significant difference in the number of parts and also a difference in the details and building experience. Both have new printed slick tires, but for some strange reason we still haven't gotten wider tires for the rear. Both have the V6 engine and we got new engine parts after 30-something years. There's a simple 2-speed gearbox, a removable engine cover, a slightly misaligned steering wheel and front wheels, proper suspension and manual DRS. But the Ferrari is much more simply built than the Red Bull and also has less detail. I mean, no rearview mirrors on this car. Why? What could be the reason for putting them on this car and not on the other one? The higher piece count is noticeable in the Red Bull, there are more details, the building experience is better and more interesting solutions are used. The front wheel deflectors turn with the wheels on the Red Bull set, but not on the Ferrari. I understand that they were designed by different people, but I think if two F1 sets are released together, then there shouldn't be such a big difference in features and looks. Now Ferrari fans might think they got less from LEGO for some reason for the same price, and that's really not good. Now let's take a look at the other two cars. The Rastar Red Bull is based on the 2023 car, so from the same season as the Mercedes-AMG W14. It's a licensed set, you can even see both drivers on the packaging. As for functionality, we have hand-of-God steering and a working steering wheel. Suspension on both axles, but the front one relies on the flex of this part instead of the shock absorbers. At the back it works a bit better. The engine cover can be removed with some effort, but the engine is covered so you can't see much. I had two major pain points with this set. First is the stickers, half of them are matte and cover several parts, the other half was on a transparent film and was difficult to apply in places. The other issue is the color variety of parts. Several pieces exist in a lot of different colors in this set, which helps with the visible pins and axles, although there are still random mismatches here and there, but on the inside it makes the building process quite challenging. Otherwise it's an okay build, nothing special, has custom mirrors and steering wheel, printed tires with wider ones at the rear. This one had some molding issue apparently. It could be motorized, although the nose cone behaves just like a real car and would fall off at the slightest impact. The CaDA set comes in a nice box fully licensed. The manual has tons of background information about the team, the car and even the drivers. It has no stickers, everything is printed, some parts are pre-assembled on supports to make sure the prints match perfectly. The building process is quite different here. It's the black on black design inside that some of you prefer, but can be quite a challenge for casual builders. There are a lot of clever building solutions, but also a lot of freestyle connections, mostly with toe walls, where you have to figure out the final positions yourself and things aren't super stable. The front wing, for example, looks amazing, but the assembly is held in place by rubber bands. The side pod is my least favorite part. Everything here is very complicated and somewhat randomly positioned. Occasionally parts get bent, which I'm sure wouldn't happen with a LEGO set. In terms of functionality, this model also has hand-of-God steering, the knob is removable, the wheels are correctly aligned with the steering wheel. The DRS here can be operated with a lever, that's how it works. I think the part usage is not the best, the tile on the red piece may come off after a while. There is a lot of detail under the removable engine cover, it's really worth looking at. We can also see the engine in action. The suspension works both front and rear. Again, you can see a certain amount of part flexing rather than relying entirely on the shock absorbers. So, here are all 6 cars together. They wouldn't fit on my photo table, they are quite large. When I put the latest LEGO sets together with the other two, you can see that there is also a difference in scale and a very visible difference in the size of the wheels. And now I'm sure you all want to know which one is the best. Well, as always, it depends. I think the biggest difference is the target audience. I understand who the companies are targeting, but for various reasons I don't think any of them have done a perfect job. Let's talk about LEGO first. The development in certain areas is visible in recent years, but there are also things that are sorely missed, like the wheels in the right size. We got them for speed champions and icons, but I still don't understand why they weren't made for Technic. So, the main problem here is the 18+ branding. LEGO fans who remember the days before this categorization will know that the age rating indicated the complexity of the build, and 16+ was the top of the scale. 18+, on the other hand, stands for something completely different. This is a marketing category aimed at adult casual builders who are looking for something big and good looking for the shelves, but don't really have experience in building, so these are sometimes easier to assemble than a regular 12+ set. But it's not just about the confusing age rating, the expectations of the target audience are quite different too. Technic fans complain about the lack of working features, the simplicity of the build and the price, we all know that, but surprisingly I haven't gotten that many comments on those topics. You know what the number one complaint of the average potential customer is? The color of the Red Bull set. I've gotten literally dozens of comments complaining about the blue color of the Red Bull car. If you've been building with LEGO for some time, you know the color palette, you know that new colors are introduced very infrequently, And most of us get annoyed when there is a limited parts inventory for certain colors. Yes, I'm talking about you, Technic pieces in dark purple. But potential customers of these cars don't really care. If it says Red Bull on the box, they want something in that Red Bull shade. I've even been asked why LEGO can make the Ferrari in a proper color and not the Red Bull. Well, that red has been part of the LEGO inventory for ages. Ferrari got lucky. Well, maybe they wanted to make up for the color problem with the extra features of the Red Bull. Who knows? The amount of stickers is another criticism, but that complaint usually comes from a different group of people, namely those who have seen competitors like CaDA producing fully printed sets recently. This is also the problem with the positioning of the current Technic sets in general. This theme used to be about building, rebuilding, P models, and most importantly, working functions. Now it is flooded by branded display pieces, mostly cars. Most of the time I prefer stickers because I can decide for myself whether I want to put them on or not. If I'm buying a set for parts or planning to convert it to something else, I don't want printed elements, especially if those parts don't exist without prints. But if these cars are only assembled once and then never touched again, the customers who buy them will rightly demand prints instead of stickers. This is another trap that LEGO has set for themselves with the product portfolio and marketing strategy. As for the other two cars, Rastar is an established company in the diecast scene, but still has a long way to go when it comes to building blocks. Obviously, there are resources, as producing parts in so many colors is certainly not cheap, but the stickers are poor and there are technical issues. As for the color variety, it was a big missed opportunity to make the parts the right Red Bull color, despite what some people might think these two are the exact same color. CaDA, on the other hand, has clearly identified their target audience, AFOs, experienced long-time Technic fans. Most of them like the black-on-black interior, challenging building techniques, printed parts, customized solutions. This seems to be a clear hit. I think the area where they could improve is the building experience. Today it's all about complexity and looks, but that eventually has a negative impact on the building experience and can make the process frustrating for people who aren't black belt builders. Their solutions are sometimes more out of the system or illegal than I would prefer, although I don't really like that term itself. There are no written rules, but these parts should work as a system, and creative solutions should not bend the rules or the plastic literally. I also don't think this set is the ultimate F1 build for everyone. I see buy CaDA instead a lot in the comments, but it's not necessarily true. Someone without much building experience would probably find the build confusing and exhausting. On pricing, the RRP of the latest LEGO F1 cars is €230 or dollars, the previous two are slightly cheaper. I don't think you should buy them from LEGO though. In Europe you can already get them for around €170, hopefully there will be similar deals in the US. I bought the Rastar set for $128, the CaDA set is available in the official store for $190. The Rastar Red Bull is the cheapest, but you can clearly feel that. You can say that the CaDA set offers more for a similar price compared to the LEGO cars, and that's true from one perspective, but I still think they are aimed at very different people, so you get sets for different needs in a similar price range. So, how to sum this up? If you are a Formula 1 fan but don't have much building experience, you will probably have fun building these two. If you are a Red Bull fan, then you probably won't like the color, but you will get a more interesting build with a bit more features. Anyone can still complain about the rear wheels, hopefully we will get them next year, but if that happens, LEGO should know that this gradual approach is not the way to go. They also need to finally decide who their target audience is for LEGO Technic and make some changes accordingly. I would only choose the Rastar set over the LEGO Red Bull if the wider rear wheels are absolutely necessary. For me, they don't compensate all the other issues. The CaDA Sauber is clearly aimed at AFOs who will be happy with it, but I don't think it's for everyone. I would like to see more focus on the building experience. So folks, that's it for today. Now it's your turn. Let me know what you think of all these cars here, which one you like or don't like and why. Let's talk about it in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, then please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe with notifications because more exciting LEGO videos are coming soon. See you next time, bye bye.